Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. We're getting a late breaking news story here. It seems I'm being told first that there's nothing in my ear. And secondly, I'm being told that a lot of the rubber monster masks for the year 2026 came out late and have been delayed and ran behind schedule way back in the year of 2026. Experts are saying this may be due to a combination of factors, including military conflicts in foreign countries, trade issues with foreign countries, and people who pronounce the T in often, even though they don't pronounce the T in listen, in foreign countries. We'll get our fact checker on that, or at least our fact polka dotter. Say, this will cure your cough. Anyway, that being the case, we're going to proceed with today's creepy cheapie as another embarrassing display of self promotion or well, anyway, let's just get on with it. Back in 2024, no, get that off there. I'm trying to talk to the, okay. 2024 was a year in which Chris Russell, a wonderful mask sculptor and artist, formerly of twistedtoybox.net, but that's not around anymore, now of coffinghoul.com, which may or may not be up when you see this, that website, but check it out because he does good work. Chris Russell approached me and said he would like to sculpt some masks based on some of my artwork, and who wouldn't love that? So yeah, we did that, and Mask Fest was coming up in September of 2024, and we were going to do 13 masks, and then we thought, well, running out of time here. We'll shoot for 12. We'll just do a dozen, an even dozen masks to premiere at, well, then 10. We thought, okay, we can handle 10. Okay, Mask Fest rolled around, we had 8. But that, you know, that's not too bad. You have to expect that sort of thing once in a while. One of the 8 masks from 2024, based on my artwork and sculpted by, look, he's peeking up there already, sculpted for me by Chris Russell, was this guy. What in the world is that? It's the Psycrow. Yeah, you get it? Psycrow. That's P.S. What do you mean you don't get it? Well, it's sort of a three-way name, sort of a three-way triple-decker, you know, a triple play, a triple header, a triple bypass, a triple, a trifecta, if you will, a hat trick. You've never heard of any of that stuff. Well, see, it means Psycrow. It's P-S-Y, as in psychotic, because you are a psychotic, cycloptic scarecrow. You see, so that sort of indicates mental instability and the quality of having only one eye, and the fact that you're intended to look like a sort of artificial construct fabricated from materials like straw and burlap and such, in the manner of a traditional scarecrow. But you are the Psycrow, the one-eyed, creepy scarecrow. You see? I should have introduced you with a joke. He says I should have introduced you, but I don't really have a scarecrow joke on the top of my head. What? Yeah, he's a man outstanding in his field. That is a good joke, but I'm pretty sure they've heard that one. Yeah, let's not go there. Anyway, the Psycrow did premiere at Mask Fest 2024, which just happened to be Mask Fest the 13th. How lucky was that? Pretty lucky. And this guy is the kind of thing that you would wear with old clothes, like a scarecrow outfit. Probably things in, you know, sort of drab browns and greens and grays. This guy is made of very high quality RD407. If those of you who make masks of your own are watching, you'll be like, oh, he's RD407. That's good stuff. Yeah, much better quality stuff than the mass production masks of the day. Yeah, are made of. That's right. Go ahead. Yeah. Smile form. Can't manage that. All right. Just stare at them a bit then and see if you can get anywhere towards making them feel uncomfortable and creepy. Just stare at them for a minute. Anyway, the Psycrow, what I wanted with him was for him to be completely alien in terms of, not like space alien, but alien in terms of alienation from your mind, like you can't communicate with him very well. He doesn't know what you're talking about and you don't know what he's thinking about. He's just inscrutable, just weird, you know? And I think I think Chris Russell did indeed capture that. Looks a lot like my artwork of the character, which you can see reproduced here in teeny weeny miniature for your buying and scaring pleasure on the very impressive limited edition cardboard tag that came with, and still does come with, the Psycrow masks. And my idea for the eye was that it should be in sort of a black void. It should be sort of sunken, sort of recessed back in there. No, it's not time for recess. Will you stop interrupting and go with, yeah. Sort of recessed back in there, this creepy eye with this sort of dark area around it. And to that end, it was sculpted that way by Chris with the sort of concave, the caved in eye socket area, and then the eyeball in there. And I put a lot of black paint. I painted these, of course. When I painted them, I put a lot of black paint around the eye to make it more of a striking, more of a shocking and dramatic, and something that stands out from a bit of a distance, you know, something you see immediately with that big dark area around the eye. And then Laura, remember Laura lady? Yeah. Laura put little pieces of, yeah, I'm gonna say it again, that black mesh fabric like everybody knows from the Scream ghost face masks. Yep, there's a bit of that in these eye holes, so that when you're wearing it, nobody's gonna be able to see that there's a human being, if that's what you happen to be, or whatever you are. Inside it, they're just gonna see that black emptiness, and then the fact that it is surrounding this big, creepy, dead, unblinking, pale eyeball. And he's got this weird frown on his face. And just because I can show you, why shouldn't I? That's right, this is a master. And as I've discussed previously, when you make masks, they shrink just a little bit when you pull them out of the mold because the latex contracts slightly. So the master is slightly bigger than the mask that you wear. Okay, this is the foam master of, what's not foam? I shouldn't have called it that. It's just the master. It's the newspapered, very thick, very rigid, very heavy. You could probably back your Winnebago over this without hurting it. The very thick and heavy master, which I could use. I don't have a mold right now, but if I wanted to make another run of these using a new mold, I could make a mold of this master. And the reason I show you that mainly is so that you can see where the eye holes were designed to go. If you see, you could see them plainly in the unpainted version, but then when you get the paint on there, you can't really see those eye cut areas, you know. And another thing about this guy that we planned to do, maybe, we thought about, see what you think of this. We considered taking some raffia. Yeah. What's raffia? Well, it's this stuff, it's kind of, it looks like straw. Yeah. We thought about taking a bit of raffia and maybe hot gluing it like bits here and there around the bottom of the mask so that you just have like random bits of raffia sticking out at the bottom, because that would make him look more like a scarecrow. I don't know. We ended up not doing that because we ran out of time, as previously mentioned, and I wasn't sure that was an absolutely wonderful thing to do. It just maybe might have been cool, you know? What do you think? Obviously, you could do that yourself if you had one. These were offered at MaskFest 2024 for 85 bucks. That's right, 85 bucks. Which means, at least this week, I'm not cheating on my general creepy cheapy, rules, because we're under 100 bucks. So there you go. Wanted to tell you all about my friend, the Psycrow. That's the psychotic one-eyed scarecrow, the Psycrow, and his master that could be molded if we ever wanted to make more Psycrows. And in case I forget to put something on the video before it is published to the universe, for heaven's sake, subscribe! It's free. It doesn't cost you anything. No, just hit subscribe. That's all. And you'll see more monsters and masks and wonderfully, ridiculously cool things like the Psycrow and lots of other monsters and like that. And until next time, remember, a week without monsters is like a... Okay, you got me. I have no idea what a week without monsters would be like.